Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diverse Goddess. It's Hannah, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about karma, so keep watching. So in talking about karma today, I'm going to talk about it a little differently than maybe most people understand, because most people understand the law of karma as a form of punishment and reward. If you do good, then good things happen to you, and if you do bad, then bad things happen to you. But karma does not punish, nor does it reward people in the way people think. It responds to your energy, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Furthermore, a lot of people might try and play karma. Like if someone does you wrong, some people say, oh, karma's going to get them, and guess what? That karma is me. And like I said in my pain and suffering video where I said human beings abuse each other, well, the same thing here, where human beings punish each other, or human beings also reward each other. And karma also ties in a little bit with the same principles as the law of attraction. What you put out aligns with your energy. And some people also talk about karma as a form of debt. Like say if in a previous lifetime you did bad things, so maybe that's why bad things are happening to you in this lifetime. But karma does not work in that way as a form of debt. This understanding of karma has been set up this way as a form of punishment and reward, so we can explain pain and suffering in this world. For example, if certain countries are starving to death while other countries are thriving, or let's say somebody has experienced a lot of abuse or pain in their life while someone else may have it a bit easier. It's an easy explanation to explain pain and suffering in this world, to say, oh, well, it must have happened in a past life, that's your karma. And this understanding of pain and suffering as a form of punishment or reward is not what karma is about. Because let's say you have a really rich, wealthy person, and say it's a rich, wealthy guy. So he's rewarded with all these riches in this life, and he's treated like a king in this life. But let's say he uses his power and his riches to exploit and molest little children. So what does that mean? That he'll come into the next life as a molested child? Or that child who was molested is going to come into the next life as a rewarded king or with riches and wealth? No, karma does not work that way. And I do not believe in karma in this way. And karma actually doesn't work in this way because, for one, it normalizes abuse and it normalizing pain and suffering, as if some countries have to suffer because of karma, when in truth, there is enough money in this world where nobody has to suffer. And in truth, nobody has to abuse other people. We do not have to abuse each other. But we explain it away as a form of, oh, that must be your karma, so we don't have to be self-responsible. Because in truth, everything that's here, including pain and suffering on this planet, is because we created it as human beings. But let's say karma did work in that way of punishment and reward. What exactly do we consider a punishment, and what exactly do we consider a reward? Because let's say some of the richest people in the world, some of the richest people in the world are some of the most miserable people in the world, because you don't know that inner person's mind. You don't know that inner person's working. All you see is the physical world around them. Because for all you know, the richest person in the world is so miserable because perhaps they have a lot of subconscious guilt. Perhaps they have a lot of hidden secrets that's eating away at them inside. Because in truth, money without soul is an empty life. So how much of a reward is that? And now let's take somebody who might not have all the material wealth in the world. Don't think that they're automatically miserable, because they could actually have a very fulfilling life, because a life with soul is always very fulfilling. So reward and punishment does not always work as it appears. Karma responds to the unconsciousness of a person, the unconscious part of a person's being, which is similar to the law of attraction. But unlike the law of attraction, karma creates your state of being, while the law of attraction responds to your state of being. If you do someone wrong, your subconscious mind knows it. It creates a memory. It gets filed away. Like, for example, let's say a guy cheats on his wife. and he knows that's wrong. So that creates a subconscious guilt in that guy's mind. And therefore, when he comes home to his wife, he cannot fully be present with her because he carries this guilt. He cannot fully be open, which creates distance between him and his wife. And then the wife notices this distance, and then eventually, let's say, it eventually goes to a place where they divorce. And someone could say, oh, that's karma for him cheating on him. But it was his subconscious that created that. Because in truth, when you do someone wrong, your mind never lets you rest. Now, let's say you abuse somebody, physically speaking. That person, in order to abuse, already had to feel small. That person already had to have a lack of self-love. That person already had to be in a state of pain and suffering. So when they abuse somebody else, they're in a way trying to pass on their disease. And it is a disease because the person you abuse or you've done wrong, they can never love you. And you can never love yourself because you know in your subconscious or even your conscious mind what you've done. Now let's say you're the victim of somebody who's done you wrong, or you're the victim of somebody who's abused you. You as the person now has a decision to make, either to heal and move on, and or you carry the disease forward. That's why they always say what someone does to you is their karma, and how you react is your karma. So karma is about your subconscious mind. It's about your inner being. Because there are people who feel like they've done a lot of harm to other people or bad to other people, but then they feel like nothing bad ever happens to them. But that's not necessarily the case because you don't know that person's inner state of being. That person could be in a state of hell, actually, because of all the guilt and all the shame. And anytime somebody's in an inner hell, you can never have a full life because of that. And sometimes when someone does us wrong, we wish for that person to have something bad done to them, which is a natural reaction because really what we're looking for is empathy from that person because we want them to relate to how they made us feel. However, like I've said, karma does not punish nor reward, because if you wish bad on another person, that now becomes your karma. But what I want people to really understand is that karma is not about debt, and it's not about what you deserve or what you don't deserve. It's about whether or not you're aligned with your true self and your subconscious. And of course, with every action, there's going to be a reaction, but nobody is being punished, nobody is being rewarded, and nobody is trying to make up for past life harms. Life is always trying to get you to be more awake and more aware, and the things that you experience in life is supposed to do just that. Karma is about taking control of your life, your actions, and your reactions, and taking self-responsibility. If you do good and you do good to others, it makes others happy, it makes you happy. And that is a gift of karma. If you do bad to somebody or harm to somebody, it not only creates misery for yourself, but it creates misery for other people. That is the lesson of karma. You cannot make somebody happy without it making you happy. You cannot make somebody unhappy or harming someone without it directly harming you. So really, it's about dropping these ideas of good and bad and punishment and reward and becoming aware and whole as a person. Because the more aware you become, you cannot create punishment. You cannot create misery. The more aware you become, you cannot bring harm to yourself or to others. And when that happens, then so-called karma is not needed. Because in truth, it responds to you. You either punish yourself or you don't. So on that note, I'm going to end today's video. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And if you want to stay more connected with me, you can follow me on Instagram at Hannah Rokes. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.